My name is Antunes, and I am a researcher from the Faculty of Human Kinetics in the University of Lisbon. I am from the research group INET-md and part of the project TEP, Technology Expanded Performance, a research looking at a tripartite scheme: body, city, sound, with a methodological approach sustained on walking and technology, with a part from the body to look at the reciprocity mechanisms involved in this relationship. The project has a twin partner in Brazil, Fortaleza, at the University of Ceará, with whom we usually closely collaborate and mirror some activities. For this purpose we have organized a residency in Lisbon with Brazilian colleagues, where we walk the city uncovering hidden layers: sensorial, historical, and urbanistic. In the time of pandemics, we also organize 3 explorations of the city in 3 different moments of confinement. Sincronicidades. The city as perceived from our windows during total confinement. Diacronicidades. Diachronicities. A 12 hours relay walk through the city in the first early days of the confinement, passing a notebook hand to hand. Complicidades. The city of a complicity. A synchronous exploration of the city, followed by a conversation with the Brazilian partners on the first relaxation moment of the confinement, when we passed from emergency to calamity. And sensorial walk. A workshop to the public in a dance festival. We also have organized a reading group, conferences and round tables, and participations in festivals. Next year in March, we will be organizing a 3-day conference in Lisbon. It will be on these topics, to which I already invite you to participate. This presentation is about our last exercise, a walk with a group of blind persons. Walking downtown Lisbon without the prevalence of the eye. On the 22nd of May, from 2021, the research group Olhar Ativo of 7 blind persons, Alio Baio, Ana Dias, Ana Martins, Graça Santos, João Ferreira, Odete Carvalho, Rui do Nascimento. The group was invited to walk in downtown Lisbon. The group collaborates with Cynthia F. Hartmann in her research at Centro de Estudos de Teatro from Faculdade de Letras at the University of Lisbon, who partner with us at INET-md in the present study. Walkers were aged between 20 and 60 years old. 4 women and 2 men, and walks in groups of 2, one of them moving in a wheelchair. Each group was accompanied by 2 sighted guides who have previously recognized the path. The 3 groups departed from different locations in central Lisbon: Marquês de Pombal, Praça do Comércio, São Pedro de Alcântara. Prior to the walk, there was a short meditation to focus the attention on the senses. Then, the sighted guides gave support to the walkers, using their bodies to lead and indicate directions and avoid obstacles. The walk was 1 hour long, broken by 3 moments to stop and reorient with reference to main sights of the city, with indications such as "the river is to your right." Each group followed a previously defined path to finally meet in a gathering point, Teatro Dona Maria II, in Rossio. The guides communicated via WhatsApp to synchronize their departures and the arrival. Upon arrival in Teatro Dona Maria II, we had a drink in a nearby small liquor shop and shared our experiences. In a posterior moment, each participant was remotely, individually interviewed. In these interviews, we have used the explicitation technique to raise perceptual memories during the conversation. These conversations led to a 35-minute video available at www.tapia.studiosdedança.pt/diversos/olharativo/walk.mp4. This video is a mosaic of perceptual memories from that Saturday morning walk.
Portrait in the form of a mosaic of a Saturday morning in downtown Lisbon, a collage of perceptive impressions on a walk without the prevalence of the eye.
Around 10 a.m., the walkers start their arrival in Lisbon. At 11 a.m. we would start the walk. On arrival in Lisbon, leaving the train,
we put our cane on the line to see where we're going to put our feet. Basically, the cane is our way of recognizing the territory, the ground we are walking on. And sometimes it becomes a little bit distressing because it's that moment when I have to get off the train, because there are many people also wanting to get off. And at the same time I have to explain to the person who is holding me, trying to help, that this is not comfortable for me.
At another station, another walker shares this first encounter with the city.
On arrival of the train there were footsteps everywhere, that is, to my left, to my right. It reminded me of an army march, I don't know. Only it was mismatched. Some went one way and others went the other.
The first instant of the city is, therefore, a waiting moment to map georeferential, informative signs.
I always wait a few minutes to get my bearings, because the train never stops on the same line. The 2 points I use as reference are the escalators and the beep of the gates, depending on where I want to go. If I want to go outside, I orient myself by the beepers, or by the cafe which is right there at the exit. If I want to go down to the metro, I try to listen to the escalators. So I always stand there for a moment, waiting to understand.
A moment for focusing, to align the body with the geography.
If I hear the beeps further away, it is because, okay. If I do not even hear the beeps or the escalator, I already know that, okay, that the train stopped at line 1. And it also seems like there is no coverage there. There must be, but sometimes it sounds like, I don't know, sometimes it sounds like the train stopped in Santos. The sound is almost the same when it stops in Santos as when it stops there. Because I do not know if that part is all covered or not. Also, you can hear the tram more closely. You can hear the tram perfectly passing there, and all the buses.
A fundamental attention to reference in a sea of sounds. A sound line that is produced by trams and buses. The beeps, the escalator. Sounds that are spatial information. The train platforms as possibilities of direction. The station.
When there is a lot of noise around, we get a bit lost. When I was going to pass the construction zone, I heard the noise of a drill, and I was praying that the noise would stop quickly, because I was really in a hurry. The works area is an area that requires the line to be approached from the right side, so it was not a very nice area, and suddenly there was a huge racket. These noises, both the noises of the trains leaving and the noises of the trains that are on the tracks, as well as the noises of construction works, do not always make it very easy. What did we find in these accounts? What did we take from these interviews? First, we have found that the encounter with the city begins with the arrival to Lisbon, as all the participants came from the suburbs by train. In this first touch with the city, the walkers have shared with us the process at play in space mapping, how we can orient in the station using audio signals as geolocative landmarks. We have found how sound combined with haptic sensation act as feedback mechanisms that can be used by the walker to map the nearby space, and how the echo of the high hills or the cane can be used to identify the presence of obstacles in the vicinity of the walker. We have found a city of odors, of smells, layer upon layer, waves of alternating smells, blended odors, foods, architecture, people, cars, enveloping the walker. We also have found a city of adrenaline. Participants shared how noise impacts the recognition of audible signs, and how wind blurs the references of the soundscape, and especially dangerously hides the noise of cars. They shared how even in the safetiness offered by the presence of the guide, the walker's body is under tension in every narrow sidewalk under the threatening presence of cars. We found a city with strong variations in rhythm along one journey, sonic contrasts, rhythmic contrasts, songbirds and high-speed cars, with tranquil oases and sonic chaos. We have found the importance of sound. We have found how sound can sometimes be noise, sometimes be information, and sometimes an aesthetic event. Sound as effect. We also have found a musical city, a rhythmic city, creating sound lines for the walking composer. We found how immensely difficult it is to move in Lisbon using a wheelchair. We found that the volume of songbirds may be reliant on the surrounding noise. We found that the walkers noticed a mysterious reduction in the numbers of pigeons during the pandemics, way before any news coverage of the fact. What questions does this walk raises? How can we improve the conundrum, car noise reduction versus pedestrian security? We found how certain spots of the city are chaotic from a sound perspective. How important is a safe urban acoustics and signaling? When will accessibility be a real priority?